Well, welcome back, guys, to another episode. I think this is like 400 million episode now, and we've got like a billion followers at this point. And what's new with you
We're
guys?
famous.
Fast forward to the future.
As always.
Man, not too much. So I've been grilling like a madman recently, which is funny because when I got the grill, like, spoiler alert, I didn't really use it that much. I think I used it like 5 or 6 times, and then it just kind of sat there forever. But recently we pulled it underneath our deck because our deck is like the ceiling on it's high enough. um, so I've been able to grill like every single meal, give or take 1 or 2 a week. So
Okay.
Very nice. Yeah, I got my propane tank filled today because I was like dry, empty on that
oh
thing.
jeez, you were
Damn,
shooting blanks.
Oh, yeah.
I've had my propane tank for 4 years.
God damn.
Our grill, it was time to get a new one. We threw it out and haven't replaced it. So
I get
That's
that.
fair.
no need to get rid of the propane tank because to get a new one is fucking
40,
expensive.
$42.99.
Yep.
But here's the deal, though. They do it. The propane tanks expire, though. So
Oh shit.
if your tank is expired, take it to the places where you exchange out the tanks. Don't take
Okay.
it. Don't take it to where you get it refilled, like at Ace Hardware or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Because
No, I
Ace
never do that.
Hardware will not. Dude, you got to do that. Ace Hardware, $14.99 to fill it up.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
damn.
Okay. Shit.
So cheap.
Well,
So cheap.
I'll exchange this one out and then I'll start refilling at Ace.
Well, just check your date. Just check your date on the tank, man.
Yeah, let me get on that.
Yeah, right now.
Expiration date.
Yeah.
So I looked at whenever I got my first propane tank, whenever I got my grill, I went into the gas station just down the road. I walked in and I was like, "Hey, I need a propane tank." He's like, "You exchanging or getting a new one?" I was kind of. It's been a while at that point since I had a propane tank, and I always did charcoal, so it kind of threw me off. I was like, exchange?" And got out there. He realized I didn't have it, and I paid like I think it was like $16 to
Oh
exchange
damn.
it out, right? $19.
Shoot,
And then
yeah, that's the way to go.
I was like, "Oh shit!" He's like, he looked around. He's like, "No, man, don't worry about it. Just don't say nothing." I'm like, all right,
Nice.
Oh damn.
say no more.
Yeah, I guess another thing with Alex's grill, I know he had talked about wanting to get like a Blackstone, and
Yeah, I
I've
really
tried,
wanted one for a while.
and I had one for what 3 years, something like that, and I'm
Yeah.
like, now I'm trying to convince him not to get one.
Yeah, I mean, no, after you talked about the upkeep of it and everything, I didn't feel like I was even upkeeping my grill enough for what it was, so I'm not gonna
Yeah, truthfully,
bother with it.
that's kind of why I said something to you because I'm like, well, you didn't do much upkeep on your grill, and grills are easier to
No.
keep up with than Blackstones because Blackstones will. I mean, it's cast iron on the top, so
Yeah,
if you don't keep it seasoned and cleaned well,
Yeah.
it will rust, and then you're talking about even more work to clean the rust off. So,
Yeah. I'm not down for that life.
mm-mm.
yep. And then it gets more expensive.
Oh yeah,
I am. But other than cooking, I have a problem, I think, with multiverses at this point. It's
I would
just
agree.
it's got its hand gripped so hard around my balls they're turning purple. Like it's crazy.
A tan grip.
Their
Oh,
hand grip.
hand grip. Oh, I misheard you. A tan grip on the.
A tan
great.
grip. Yeah. It's specifically a Puerto Rican man gripping my balls.
I just thought you meant like you're tanning your shit down there, something.
What the fuck? Anyway. um but I've been playing the living shit out of that. And I'm now not number 6 in the world is Rick.
Oh shit, dude.
Very. Out of how many though?
Pretty cool.
Flexing.
It's like 10,000 or plus.
Oh,
You know,
very
lot.
nice. Then
That's a
I'll give you
lot.
that one. Then it
You
would
know
be like
that
500. I'd be like, well, I mean,
still.
Well, and then I'm top
I,
250 in the world, like overall.
oh
that's pretty
god,
cool.
damn.
Getting
You
up
know,
there.
sometimes I admire you, and then sometimes I just fucking hate you, man.
Oh, you
How
get
easy
it.
video games come to you. Like, fuck
This
off.
is a platform fighter, man. It's like Smash, and oh god, it's
I
so
mean,
good.
yeah, he plays those
Plays
type of games like
those are my
religiously.
niche. Like
Yeah,
this and first person shooters. That's it.
except the N64 of Smash Brothers when TJ beats you all the time in it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I can beat you guys. Just play
But
me
you
again.
It
It's
just
fine.
takes
didn't
a
last
while.
It's
time we
one
played.
time.
More than
Everybody
one
has a
time.
fluke.
It's more than one
There's an
time.
upset. Nah.
We own your ass.
Nah. Also, it's in free for alls, so bite me.
We were made by Smash Brothers in the '90s, buddy.
Shoot, yeah, I played the crap out of the N64 one and the GameCube.
Back when sleepovers were still I don't know if they're still a thing now, but
I'm
No.
sure they are. Like,
uh,
if they're not, like, fuck Gen Z.
we'd stay up with the N64, GameCube playing Smash Brothers, and then also we had the Xbox playing Halo all night.
We fell asleep with the N64 like still on and everything like that.
Oh shit,
I mean,
dude!
that was the shit.
I have also been, like, pretty religiously streaming this as well. So, if you guys ever want to check it out, it's normally at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, pretty much every other night, normally until around 9. So, come check it out. Come ride with the brick.
Yep, and I've tried to start doing some Valorant streaming too. So, and it's all Twitch TV/Nerd Daddies. So it's pretty easy for you to know.
Dope, dope.
We just gotta get TJ to start streaming that Fortnite.
I don't know if you want to watch me. I'm terrible. Now, Kate and our friend we've been playing with, we've met online. They're pretty good. I'm not ashamed to say that they are better than me.
That
No,
upsets
I
me that
get it.
Kate's better of a shooter than you.
Yeah, that's
I
yeah.
mean, it is what it is.
Crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching you be carried by 2 other people. It'd be entertaining.
It happens almost nightly.
That's great.
I mean, there's that some nights like I'm having like I feel my shit and I'm on
Yeah.
it, but most other nights it's just I'm too like I see fire shots off in the distance, and I'm like, "Ooh, let's go!" And I often get in there too fast before I evaluate the situation, and I get my ass on.
Damn.
No, I get that. Of course, I don't know if I've actually really played Fortnite against people that are like that good yet. So
No, no, our accounts are too low leveled.
yeah,
But right now we're like the last 2 or 3 nights we've been in like sweaty lobbies, like no joke. It's been fucking ridiculous. Some nights it's almost what's in not enraging, like it's makes me want to
I
flip
mean,
my desk. I'll
yeah,
say
Yeah, enraging works. Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. That's yeah, that works.
That's what I've been up to. What about you guys?
I haven't been up to much this week. I did get to finally rebuilding my main host server, whatever y'all want to call it, to make it you understand, I guess.
Skynet.
um,
Yeah,
yeah, whatever.
that sentence didn't even hit right.
Yeah, I rebuilt my main server because I've got three. I have a
God,
main server, a secondary
I didn't know
server,
that.
and then
That's
I have
hilarious.
a backup server to back up the other two servers just in case. But the main one I rebuilt, so now I can host things a lot faster and things will work a lot faster. So that's one reason why I really wanted to spin up like a new Minecraft server to get
Yeah, yeah,
performance, see how the performance is and stuff on it. So
pretty
yeah.
dope.
yeah,
Pretty dope.
I'll eventually move our Pal World server over too, unless you just want to start new. That's up to you.
Oh no, I want it.
If that's not big dick energy, like I don't know what is.
No, that's ridiculous.
3 servers, God
It
damn.
only took
Nobody has that right.
it only took me 3 days to get it back up and running, and it should have taken like 30 minutes, and it was not fun.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, that's not a whole lot going on here. That's about it for the most part. So well, oldest kid started first grade, so and she loves it a whole lot, which is good. Makes it easier on us. But what's up with what's been new with you, TJ?
So you mentioned your oldest going to first grade. So our son, he just started pre-K. Officially started pre-K. He actually put him in pre-K a little earlier, like after the or after the school year.
Yeah.
So he's been in there since the spring, but they officially started this past Monday. So he's in pre-K. Man, how has the time flown?
Oh
'Cause
yeah, goes by fast.
yeah, and the way his daycare center is set up, like where the baby room is and the pre-K, they're like right there in the corner. They're kind of cat a corner next to each other.
Yeah.
So I remember the first time I dropped him off, it was in the baby room, and now like it's gonna be come to a time the last day I drop him off right there in that same corner. It's kind of um I don't know the word to use, but I mean it's just crazy how like 5 years ago where we were and here we are. Like
Yeah.
especially when they're first born, you never know. Like it time seems to be slow, like you're lost asleep, and then next thing you know, they're already 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it goes by quick, dude.
yeah, yeah.
So quick.
And I always remember people saying that, like, "Oh, you better enjoy it while you can. It goes by fast." And here we are. Like they're not lying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other things they say that's full of shit, but I will have to
Yeah,
say
that's so true though.
Oh yeah.
I I will have to say when they say, enjoy it, like, in the moment because it flies by.
So very true.
Oh yeah.
But really, like, I mean, other than that, like, not a whole lot new. We're, like, in the dog days of summer, so it's, kinda gearing up for fall now, getting closer to that crispy weather. But
I mean, I can't wait. I like it when it gets colder, so
Yeah, I prefer cold. Like fuck the heat.
I don't mind the heat. I don't mind the heat, but I do love I don't know, there's something about that
Oh,
fall
and you're a
weather.
cold-blooded
I
fucking
just
reptile, man.
I just don't
Yeah.
like the humidity. That's the biggest thing. The heat's
Yeah.
fine. The humidity is what I don't like. But,
I don't like either.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to figure out when it gets colder, especially in the winter months, what I'm gonna do as far as running, because I can run all day long. Like I ran in 95 degree weather, like no problem. But when it gets like below 30, or actually honestly below 50, I'm gonna freeze my ass off.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do. I mean, I also know like once I get running and get my blood pumping, like I'm good. I'm heated up. I'm sweating. I'm good. But moving on past that, so I don't know if y'all have looked into or read up on anything as far as the new D&D.
Yeah.
Some are calling it what D&D 1. I've seen D&D 2024. Some people refer it to as D&D 6E. So
Yeah.
I've kind of like there's a couple guys I follow on YouTube, the Dungeon Dudes, which is pretty cool. They've been sponsored on Critical Role, which
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. So they kind of go over like just basics and rules of their normal videos. So they've been going through the new updated rules and the change, and they're going through each class now, which I haven't gotten into the classes. I just did like their first 10 basic rule changes.
Yeah.
Uh, So I kind of highlighted a couple, kind of go over if y'all haven't read into them or looked into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
One
haven't
thing
looked into any of them.
One thing I thought was interesting, so now they're not referring to races. They're not going to be called races anymore, but it's called species, which I'm kind of into. It kind of makes
Yeah.
it's more of a broad like, term, and it kind of fits because I mean you get a lot of weird species or races in there, and I feel like species kind of blankets
Blankets
everybody.
it a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah, thought that was interesting. But so first one I highlighted was you no longer getting a boost from your race or your species played, and no species receives a weapon or armor proficiency. So you get your modifiers, your ability modifiers from your background.
Yeah.
So whatever background you choose, that's where you get your ability modifier. Still
Does
thought it
that
was
ra-
interesting.
so a race is gonna be 100% flavor at that point, or well, I guess they still have like movement speed and everything.
Yeah, I think they're still gonna have like certain things to them, like dark vision.
Yeah,
One won't have dark vision and special senses.
that's fair.
Uh, but yeah, it's gonna be more flavor or more
Yeah.
flavorful, which I kinda like that because I feel like oftentimes I would find myself, and I notice it in other people, choosing certain, like, races just for that ability modifier, especially human variant. Human variant, which it was great. I mean, there was a lot of things you got, there's also other things you didn't get, but that +2 ability modifier, like, that was great,
Oh
that was
yeah,
gold.
That's hard to beat,
it was dumb.
truthfully.
Yeah. So I think it kinda levels it out more. I like it. It's interesting to see how it really works.
Yeah.
Uh, next thing is subclasses. Now you get your subclasses at level 3 instead of level 1 or level 2. So, like, your sorcerers, your, spellcasters, you're not getting your, subclass till level 3.
Oh damn.
Oh,
So and honestly, it makes sense because oftentimes you get level 1 party that almost seem way too powerful for what they should like, if you're a level 1 party, like, you shouldn't be that powerful, so I feel like getting your subclass at later levels makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
You're not getting an overpowered party at level 1, and you're not just running over goblins and making them look like nothing.
Yeah, it's actually like challenging.
Next thing is the general feat comes with a +1 ability boost. I thought that was
Oh,
kinda
they always come with it now.
yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then I got 3 more highlighted here. Healing potions no longer cost an action, but a
Love
bonus
that.
action,
Love
which
that.
which
that's actually pretty cool.
a lot of people had the house rule where it was a bonus action,
Yeah.
so it was kinda already in place for most tables, but now it is the rule, like, it's a bonus action.
Love that so much.
So you can and it's not just only take it yourself, but if you were to give it to your, fellow player, like, it's a bonus action.
Same thing. That's super dope.
And then one spell with a slot per turn. Because I think the way it was worded, or, like, from the last, in 5e, it's kinda worded weird, so there was a weird like, people were getting around the rule with having more casting more than one spell during a turn. Now
Oh geez.
it's like they're making sure, like, no, you can only do 1 spell per slot, like, spell slot,
Yeah.
which is I get it because a lot of times you can get someone in there and OP it and find a way around the system and OP the fuck out of it.
Yep.
So, 'cause, but my biggest question, and I haven't really looked much into it, I'll have to kinda I don't still tempted if I'm gonna buy the new books or not. But I have to kind of look how it is in the handbook as far as if you can do like a spell scroll along with a spell slot. I don't know how
Yeah.
that, but I mean, I guess that would be an action still. So still a lot of questions for that.
Yeah.
And then the last one, the surprise rules. change. So before, like if you got surprised, you would have like a nice round. It's like a full round before the initiative.
Yeah.
You would roll initiative and then start. So you could almost take out your enemy if you surprised them, or vice versa. Now all it is just adds disadvantage to your initiative roll. So if you're your character gets surprised, so then you'll have disadvantage on the initiative, and that could affect where you're at on the initiative roll.
Yeah.
Thought that was kind of interesting. Kind of, I see what makes sense because oftentimes you get into battles and it's almost over before it starts. If you get surprised or surprise someone,
Yeah, that sounds OP.
there's a lot more, but I thought those were like the most interesting ones. It's I'm interested to see how it works and how people accept the new D&D.
We need to play
Yeah, I'll be
more.
interested to see it because I know a lot of people still like Pathfinder. So I wonder if people will still stick to 5e or if they'll actually migrate over to this new one.
Yeah, there's been a lot like a I don't want to say a big migration, but there's been kind of a migration over to Pathfinder 2.
Yeah.
I know a couple people at work that play Pathfinder 2, and I can't name them off the top of my head like the biggest differences, but
No.
according to them, like they enjoy Pathfinder 2 better than what D&D 5e
Hmm.
is.
We just need to play more.
Speaking of playing more, sorry. Announcement time. Yeah, so we hinted at it on our Twitter that we were going to be doing a big announcement. Here's kind of what the announcement is. For the next couple episodes, not exactly sure how many, we are going to be doing a D&D one-shot. Disclaimer, it is going to be the first time I will ever DM. We are using Roll20, which is brand new software for most of us, at least in the DM category. And this will just be a kind of a trial thing, but we've all been wanting to play D&D more, and this is just a great way to do that and entertain you guys with us actually playing it.
Yep, exactly. Should be fun.
Oh, I can't wait, dude! I've been dying to play D&D for so long.
I am pretty excited. It's going to be a fun time.
Just don't judge my role play abilities.
That's fine. Don't. It's a judgment-free zone here at Nerd Daddies.
Lies.
Yeah, it is fine. It's fine.
We judge the fuck out of each other. Don't fucking lie.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be us without it.
Biggest thing I have like problems with, like, or not problems, like when I find myself like when I'm role playing, I find myself comparing myself to Critical Role and other shows that I watch or listen to. But that's big shoes to fill because those are fucking voice actors. They do that shit for
Yeah.
a profession. That's a career.
Yeah, we don't get paid for this, so you can't judge us too hard.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty amateur.
I mean,
but
if we got paid what they
enjoy
did,
it.
then I mean, we would be better.
I
Yeah.
would fucking love to get paid to play D&D.
Hell yeah, do a lot of different things. I'd love to get paid for.
I
There
know.
are there are oh,
Fucking freaky.
Oh yeah.
there are like DMs that like get paid. Like
The
people pay.
DM, yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be good work. I also heard like interesting stories. If you go over to Reddit on the
Oh
subreddit,
Jesus.
subreddits over there are pretty fucking interesting.
Yeah, I'm not
I can only
seen any of
imagine.
that. Yeah, no
Yeah.
joke. I mean,
R-
really.
RPG horror stories.
All right, so we tried this one last week. And we're trying it again next week because we did enjoy it. We're gonna go through AI topics. I asked AI to generate 10 topics for us. I'm just gonna pick a couple and we will answer them. So what is a nerdy hobby or interest you hope to share with your kids as they grow older?
Hmm. I have to say Legos. I was
Oh, that's a good one.
That's
The
a good
thing,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, my oldest, she's already into Legos, so um, hey,
But like,
probably just go ahead.
do you think you'd want any of your kids to like get really big on like the technical side of things and like be into building servers and shit?
I mean, I think that'd be bomb as shit, really.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, computer stuff.
There's coding for kids.
Yeah, there's
Yep.
and hey, if anybody needs any recommendations, there's some websites that will teach you how to code while you're playing a video game,
Oh
and
yeah, I've seen some of that stuff.
it's actually pretty cool.
Okay.
So, and it's very basic stuff. Even
Yeah.
like any kid could probably pick it up pretty quickly.
Okay.
Um, that and fantasy stuff, like Lord of the Rings type fantasy, Game of Thrones type fantasy stuff.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that's
can't
just
wait.
cool.
I can't wait till today. My son's old enough where we can start watching Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is gonna have to be much later in life, but I can't wait.
Yeah, it's funny. My oldest, we were coming back, walking in the garage from going out to a couple of stores today, and she was like, when are we gonna watch Lord of the Rings?"
That was funny.
I'm like, I
Me.
mean, I don't know. We'll see.
It's not terrible, but it's also like I don't know.
She won't. The problem is there's so much going
Get bored.
on. It's gonna be hard for her to understand.
Yeah.
She's still a little too young to understand, really. I mean, I know it's. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much of that. I don't know. I mean, she's 6, so you know.
I think at that age I have watched Chucky already.
Oh yeah, I've watched Alien, Chucky, Leprechaun, all those.
Leprechaun's a weird ass movie.
It is. Yeah,
Yeah.
but back in the day, it was scary as shit.
What about Trolls 3? You ever watch that one
Oh, that's so good.
where where the kids pissing on the food on the table? Do you not remember those movies? They're
I'm
like made
trying to
in the
remember.
80s, like the
I thought you were
70s,
talking
80s.
about the fucking Trolls movies. Dude.
No,
Like
no,
with the singing.
no.
Trolls
This is
band together.
I was like, I love the Trolls movies. They're great.
Oh yes, I do remember the troll movies.
yeah. I think it's
Those
like
are great.
Trolls 2 or 3 where the kids like standing on the table piss on the food because it's like it's not real food, but they illusioned it to look like food to I forget what it did to him. And he pisses on the food so they wouldn't eat it, and it like
Queen
breaks the
Poppy would
illusion.
never.
I mean, sure.
That's probably somewhere. It's probably some Rule 34 shit.
Oh God, fuck
Think
no,
about it.
man.
Think about it.
1990.
No.
You can now watch it on Amazon Prime. Troll 2. I don't
It
see
was
the
Troll
third
2.
one, but I think it's Troll 2.
Okay, man. Damn, that kind of jogs some memory.
Oh, and Pet Cemetery, like the original ones, those
Oh,
were
shit.
those are
Seen the
actually
original.
good. I still need to watch the newest one.
Yeah, I haven't watched any. Like honestly, I am a lame duck when it comes to new shows and new
Oh yeah.
movies right now.
But I think
Well,
I'd like I feel like I want my kid to get into Pokemon specifically. Like if they don't know at least the original like 151, if not like a couple more, or even just the newest stuff, that's fine too. Like I just want to be able to share that with her. I think it'd be dope.
Yeah.
I've tried so hard to get them to watch the Pokemon show. We'll
That'd
get
be
we'll get a couple episodes in, and then they won't come back to it.
oh damn.
And then it'll just be me watching it.
Oh, we love Pokemon. I can't wait to the day. So also add anime and comics. I can't wait to the day he
Oh
can.
yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
those are good ones. Yeah.
All right, next topic. Um, let's see. How has your perspective on your favorite nerdy hobbies changed since becoming a parent?
I think I'm more conscious of the what's the word? adult content
Yeah.
in some of the nerdy stuff, like
Yep.
Yeah, I
especially
get that.
even like cartoon stuff, like the age appropriateness.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we were watching like Ren and Stimpy growing up,
Oh, that shit's crazy though.
and like
Yeah.
I wouldn't let any of my kids watch that at this point.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
shit is that's worse than South Park sometimes.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like when you were talking about like comics and anime, like immediately my first thought went to like I don't know if I would want like it sounds bad, but since I have a daughter, it's almost like I don't want her to see any of that shit cuz like the way they portray women in a lot of animes is really really rough sometimes.
a raunchy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. I love anime for what it is, but I mean you've got a point.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I mean I love it, and the characters are cool and everything. And a lot of them do have like fleshed out personalities and real backstories and like really cool, unique shit, and like can be dope. But just off of like first impressions of that shit, it's normally just some big
Fan
titted bitch.
yeah.
No
Fan
joke.
service.
Yeah,
Nothing but fan service.
yeah,
You can't get away from it in anime, like anywhere.
yeah. And I don't want to have to explain like why are they all getting nosebleeds when they see tits? It's like,
That still to this day is the weirdest shit.
it's so weird. Yeah, it's really random.
I never understood it either. So
Like Logan gets nosebleeds all the time. Is it just because he's seeing like beautiful, bodacious women?
Is he just walking around hard all the time?
He's just
just
rock
cameras
solid,
did.
nose flooding out of blood. Like,
Just 24/7.
yeah,
God, dude. Might need to see a doctor.
Oh yeah, that might be a problem. Might need to
oh
go to
yeah,
the ER if that was the case. So. Yeah, well, speaking of all the anime stuff, actually been watching Trigun again, and I don't know, I just felt like watching Trigun and Cowboy Bebop again, so I've been kind of like going going back to a lot of the older animes and stuff, and I just thought it would be kind of cool to actually own the cult from Trigun.
oh the gun.
I know people have made like fake replicas and stuff, but I want like the actual one.
Oh yeah, that is on my list to own too. I
I
fucking
mean,
love that
it
gun.
would be so cool.
I fucking love looking at the replicas at cons too. Oh
I know
man.
people do make really good jobs with them, foam and all that kind of stuff, or whatever. Or
Yeah.
Yeah,
turn old Nerf guns into them and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
that's cool.
You got 3D printing now too. Oh dude.
Shoot, yeah.
oh
Just give
yeah,
me an idea.
And then a couple other things. Like I was really thinking more about like other nerdy things that would be cool to have as like
yeah,
either a collectible or whatever. Um, I know you can get cheap Lego stuff from like Temu or whatever like that, Wish.com, but it's always like knockoff stuff or not like third party made kind of shit. But I
yeah.
want some Lego Warhammer stuff. I think
Oh, that'd
that'd
be
be
tight.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do
Now,
they
maybe it's a thing or not. I don't know, but I don't think it's official
that's what I
because
was
you
about
you
to ask.
can get like the really crappy knockoff Legos figures for Warhammer on like Temu or Wish or whatever. But
Yeah,
that shit's like painted with lead and all that other shit. Who knows? So I'd probably buy it anyway.
Buy it and immediately lick it.
Yeah, yeah.
see, I think if I were to get anything from like a game or a movie or an anime, it sounds like a cop out, but I really want like a full restore from Pokemon.
Or store.
Full restore because it restores all your health. It restores any status effects. Like it literally can restore paralysis. Like I could be a blind deaf, like peg-legged bitch, and take a full restore and wake up and I'm fucking Angelina Jolie. Like it's wonderful.
Let's get you on that right now.
It's the heal all.
I mean, if we're going that route, I want a fucking Gundam.
That'd be tight.
Like a full-size, legit Gundam.
I want instant transmission from Dragon Ball Z.
That'd be pretty cool. It's funny. I put down a portal gun from Rick and Morty, which is same concept. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I have to say on my list, Trigun was on like top of my list.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Also, wouldn't mind Wolfwood's gun. That's pretty badass too.
That's a good one too.
Tilting around across. Let's go.
Yeah.
Give me the fucking super serum from Captain America. Like, don't let me work out. Fuck Ozempic. Give me the super serum. Fucking give me Ozempic on steroids.
Ozempic 1-up. I also the time turner from Harry Potter. So you go back in time, like
Oh, that's tight.
that. I would redo something or like fuck up, say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing.
Yeah, I'd get scared playing around with time. I would get it and be like, I'm never using this ever.
I think it'd be fun to go back to like old Roman times just to see how it was, like during like World War II times, see how it was. I don't know. That's just me though.
But then there's that like fear of like you can't touch anything, or you might go back and like all the people have like ears for eyes.
It's fun thinking about time travel, but once you get into it, it can like
the technicals of it are like no, absolutely not.
Because every action has a reaction.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of interesting stories on time travel too, like fictional work. Too, the most interesting I read, and what was? I can't remember the name of it. But the idea was like they're like set in the future, like everything's been figured out, solved, diseases have been cured. But he like travels back in times, and each time he develops a personality. So
I
they have
always,
like, separate personalities
yeah.
Oh jeez.
from each timeline.
Yeah. Oh god, no, fuck. That sounds like a headache.
Yeah,
See, I always had the thought of, what if you went back? We'll just say Old English era, like after Rome fell and all that kind of stuff, or even
Medieval.
during that time. Medieval. I couldn't think of the word for some reason, but like during medieval times, or actually any time back then, and just took a bottle of Tylenol with you and see how that changes the future.
You would be labeled a witch and burned at the stake. Problem solved.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably.
yeah, unless you leave it on a table and then that person gets labeled as a witch and dies, like
Because I mean, look how fever killed so many people back then.
could
Yeah.
they even
So
they could read at that point. Yeah, okay. We can read the bottle.
Medieval
No.
time.
Yeah.
Like, what the
it's
fuck is an
mostly
MG? Like,
But yeah, time travel would be kind of cool and interesting to mess with.
also the One
Disagree.
Ring. The One Ring would be cool to own.
Yeah, ultimate power is pretty great.
I don't want to be in this situation. Vamp out.
Oh, you want it in more of like that sense, okay?
Yeah.
So it won't fully possess you; it'll just possess you over time. Okay.
Yeah. Smeagol over here.
Yeah. There you go.
Smacking bitches over the head with fish.
what? Did that happen?
I mean, he was
What the
smacking that
fuck?
fish around, but I
Oh, Jesus.
don't think he technically hit somebody in the head with the fish.
No.
But if anybody, yes, he would have. I mostly want it for the invisibility.
Yeah, I get you.
That's fair.
But if I want to go a more innocent way, I could say Harry Potter, the invisibility
Invisibility
cloak.
cloak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Nerd Nation. We hope you enjoy listening to this episode of Nerd Daddies.
Absolutely. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow us on Twitter @NerdDaddies for all the latest updates, behind the scenes content, and some good old fashioned nerdy banter.
And don't forget to subscribe and share the love. We're available on all your favorite podcast platforms, from Spotify to Apple Podcasts and everywhere in between.
That's right, you gotta dig up in those crevices, so whether you're listening while wrangling the kids, conquering the latest boss in your favorite video game, or just chilling out, we appreciate you tuning in.
Stay nerdy, folks.
Do you need a breather from the stresses of your daily life? Do you need to take a break in the nerdiest way possible? Well, welcome to TJ's Cozy Corner.
All right, welcome to another segment of the Cozy Corner. A reminder for ourselves: when life gets busy, to slow down, find time for ourselves, and explore things that give us that feeling. So, much like last time, I got a couple of things I'm going to go through. Suggestions, things I may or may not do myself. Also, things that may or may interest me as well. So, we'll get straight into that.
Cool.
That's dope.
First thing I got at the top of the list is, and so I'm already expecting, especially from Alex, grounding. Y'all know what grounding is? Or have ever heard of grounding? It's something like I heard a buddy of mine from work, whenever he had his leg ran over and broken in several pieces. This is something. It was part of his therapy. I think the doctor suggested it.
Yeah.
He gave it a try and said it was pretty amazing and it helped him in a lot of ways. I mean, he obviously did other things. It was throwing medical advice out the window. He just on top of it and kind of helped him in a lot of ways. And something I've done from time to time. I don't know. There's just something about getting outdoors and touching grass. Like, I love being outdoors in general, and I love to do this sometimes in the morning. Just go out in the yard, sit out there, and just sit amongst nature outdoors.
Yeah. No, actually, I mean, I'm in therapy, and my therapist has taught me the same kind of things. And at first, I thought it was kind of stupid because I don't believe some of that shit. But actually going and using it and following the practices that I was taught and everything, it does have an effect, and it does help your mental. So
yeah, I mean, I was right there with you, Alex. Like, when I first heard it, I'm like, "What the fuck are y'all smoking?" But
yeah,
there's just also something about being in. It's just kind of holistic.
Yeah,
brings you back to basic.
Yeah,
I can't say that enough. I love being outdoors. I enjoy it. Kind of teaching that to my son. Go out and eat breakfast a lot of times outside. Getting him to enjoy it and just be able to get out there bare feet on the surface of the earth.
yeah,
It can be, in lack of words, grounding.
Because I like being outdoors and stuff too. I just hate
Yeah.
the heat and humidity. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
But I guess, I mean, I get the whole grounding thing, and I guess my sense of grounding is doing yard work and stuff. you
Yeah.
know, because I always feel really good after I do it. It's a good sense of accomplishment because you see your results pretty quickly, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I understand that too. That's why I love doing yard work.
I will say, going outside specifically, I hate going outside. I'll be the first one to tell you that. I fucking hate it outside. If it's cold, sure. If it's warm, screw that shit.
Not a chance.
No, there's not a chance in hell. Like we've even taken our daughter outside a couple times, and obviously we let her play and everything. But after like 2 minutes, I'm done. Like, I'm good. Especially with the heat lately. But no, I will say like even when we were taking our daughter on walks like pretty consistently there for a while, um, that was like some of the most like in the moment I felt. So it does help just the fresh air and we're living in such a digital age. I mean, we're filming the podcast, we're playing video games, we're watching TV, we're on our phones. Like I'm reading manga like a fucking psychopath. Um, like with so many different outlets for you to do that, it is hard to feel like super present and being outdoors really helps that. Like putting down your phone, especially like helps it.
Yeah, that's something I'm like continuously working on. I find myself kind of slipping back into that habit of nose deep into digital items,
Yeah,
and I'm trying to find like, uh, and there's also like certain techniques, not just like grass.
yeah,
Most of what I've read and observed say 30 minutes is a good time to be out there. There's also what they call the 3-3-3 rule, where you observe three things you can see, three things you can hear, and then three things you can move or touch with your hands.
I feel I've heard that one before.
I've actually not. That one's interesting.
Yeah, that was a first for me too. So
Hmm.
I was like, next time I happen to be outside, a shot. Definitely shot.
Give it a shot. Yeah,
Yeah. I feel like I've heard that in more of like a sensory type like thing where it's like right before or like if you like feel the onset of like a panic attack type of thing,
yeah.
you do something along those lines and it helps your brain kind of like calm itself back down.
Hmm.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, it's like also like an anxiety, panic, like you were saying, panic attack, anxiety
Yeah.
uh, rule. I guess not rule, but
Good tool to kind of utilize.
yeah,
Yeah,
might be something to help out, especially when I'm in the middle of big crowds. I don't know, can't explain that feeling.
yeah.
All right, so moving on. So with it coming, we're coming upon fall weather here. Uh, I'm not the biggest tea drinker, but it's just something about it's that time of year when leaves are falling, weather's getting a little crispy. It just makes me want to drink tea. So it just, especially either early in the morning or right before sunset, just something about drinking tea, leaves falling, that crispy weather, crispy air, and that big brand that probably my favorite brand of tea is called Harney and Son. A lot of times you see it at like Barnes and Noble, and of course they sell it at the best flavor of tea is the hot cinnamon sunset. That shit is
Oh,
fire.
sorry. You say hot cinnamon sunset?
Yeah, hot cinnamon sunset.
That's
That is
great.
a god. I want to be described as that.
Well,
It's
here's the
a,
thing though. Is it loose leaf or is it a pre-bagged?
it's pre-bagged, but it's not the paper bags. That's it. I was gonna tell because I mean, I'm not too picky when it comes to tea, but there's something about their tea bags, typical tea bags. It's not that paper wax or whatever.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah.
Not Alex over here
I
giggling.
know. I
Little
saw
school
Logan
girl.
fucking giggling like an asshole.
Yeah, I know. I know. I've said tea bag too many times in a sentence,
No,
and
I
we're
like.
not.
I can't do hot tea. I don't know what it is.
I can do like green tea hot with a little bit of honey, and that's good. But I don't like it straight. I just can't drink it just like straight.
Uh, I love it. I mean, I typically go for coffee, but
Yeah.
there's I mean, time to time I do enjoy tea, especially late at night before bed. Like I'm yearning for a cup of Joe. it's best to go for tea. So that's normally what I drink.
I prefer hot cocoa.
That's all. That's the only reason Kirsten wanted a fucking coffee maker, like one of the pod coffee makers, is so she could pop in things for hot cocoa.
Yeah, and the cocoa doesn't taste good anyway.
No, the cocoa tastes like shit.
It just tastes like
It is
water,
bad.
warm water with a
I couldn't
little bit of
believe that
cocoa in
shit.
it.
Mud water.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, this thing's expensive too. Like,
And the cocoa is not worth it. I
No,
mean, the
it's
price
bad.
of it is just not there either.
It's better to do it on a stovetop.
but like
Hands
the
down.
Keurig itself too. Like, fuck, if we got a Keurig for hot cocoa.
But also building off of the tea and the cold weather. So fire pits. That's just something about this time of year. Having a good fire pit is just, it hits. It's just talk about being cozy. I love a good fire pit. And there's also something to kind of spice up your fire pit life if you want to, especially us with kids. Something to be fun. They sell at Lowe's. Bought it before. It adds like color to it. It's like a dust. I don't know what else you would call it.
Yeah.
You put it in your fire and it changes. Pretty cool. Kind of relaxing too. Just staring at in the fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that before, that dust stuff that you put in. It's pretty cool, but yeah, you can't go wrong with a good fire pit. I'm just saying.
You can also throw some of your hair in the fire, and then it'll be like smelly. You can prank your friends
Yeah,
with it.
because we're going to do that.
Yeah, that's
I
cozy.
want to say I did it once at y'all's house. Like I ran up and got my sister's hairbrush and like took all her hair out of it and tossed it in the fire.
Okay,
Oh,
they're random.
Yeah, kind of random. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fire
sure.
pit's
I
are
mean,
dope, though.
yeah.
Just sitting around like drinking around a fire, like nothing's cooler.
Yeah. I can just sit out there hours on it to get lost in thought. Just also reading a good book, having a good read out.
Oh, we should do a Nerd Daddies camping trip.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Ooh,
God, I haven't got camping in a while.
seriously, we haven't. It's been a fucking minute.
We
We've
used to go
talked.
all the time and then just slowly just stopped.
Yeah,
And then
Yeah.
kids.
we've talked about taking the tent out and putting it in the backyard and doing it overnight. Kind of just start getting our son used to camping.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a
that's
test
smart.
run kind of deal. Yeah.
Yes, but right there at the house if he needs if we need something.
Yeah,
So
or if he can't handle it.
yeah. All right, last thing I've got, felt like, especially being an avid reader, I would end my list with a good cozy read. So the book I've chosen, I read this at the beginning of last year, I believe, or the year before that. But I can't recommend this book enough. I've almost recommended it to everybody I talk, ask for book recommendations. Yeah, Educated. It's a memoir. Arthur, she came from a religious background, Mormon, I believe. Uh, but it tells like her upbringing and her life, and then like what she achieved. Uh, don't want to go too much into it without giving away plot and story, but it's something, especially for myself, coming from a religious background, is something I kind of related very well. It's just overall, it's a great read. Um, can't recommend it enough.
Very cool. Um, I've kind of restarted listening. I listen to audiobooks. I don't read. But
Yep, nothing wrong with that.
yeah, oh no. So I've kind of restarted the Mistborn series again because I kind of like got like halfway through the first book and then I stopped and went on to finishing the Silmarillion and then going into the Horse Heresy books, and I'm just like, okay, I've had enough Warhammer for right now because I'm like finished with the second book, and I'm like, There's just so much. It's just brain
Yeah.
overload of it. So I'm like, let me go to something else for a little bit, and then I was like, I'll just start this back. And I was like, man, that series is actually pretty good. So it's worth
Yeah.
Yeah.
worth a read if you're interested in something new fantasy. Uh, all right, Brandon Sanderson, he does a lot of good writing, I think. So he's a good world builder type deal and stuff like that too. So
Yeah,
that's great.
Brandon Sanderson's one of the best authors out there right now.
Yeah. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever. Well, I know Alex probably hasn't, but I've been looking for more of the sci-fi space type series to start getting into. Um, I've tried a couple, and that people have recommended from like different sci-fi groups that I'm on like Facebook and Reddit and stuff, and they just end up being flops. So I'm having a hard time finding something like that that's really good. I thought about just reading The Expanse because apparently the book's like 1,000 times better than the TV show, but I don't know if I don't know. I'm kind of like torn on that one. If it's worth reading after already watching the show, kind of deal.
Any of
Yeah.
Andy Weir's books are pretty good. I don't know if you've read any of those, like The Martian.
Have not no.
His books are pretty good. And then also, I don't know if you've read the Red Rising trilogy.
Sounds familiar.
Pierce Brown, the Arthur. I had started the book a while back. I haven't finished it yet. I'm gonna try to go back and restart it. I just couldn't get where I was reading several hours a day, so like I kind of put it down.
Yeah.
It's a book that is on a lot of like the people I follow on TikTok or the book talk side of it. It's like top 5 of almost everyone's list.
Interesting. Like what kind of genre is it, I guess?
It's kind of that sci-fi, like space.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Yeah, it's got like phenomenal reviews on Amazon, it looks like. So,
Yeah, it's on a lot of people's recommendation list. Uh, heard it recommended so many times. So you know what? I was at Barnes sale. Why not? Let me give it a shot.
yeah. Yeah, I'll have to I looking at the cover, I think I've seen it. I've looked at it a couple of times at Barnes and Noble just glancing through the books and stuff. So, yeah, I'll have to check that one out now.
They also have some of the books at the local library too. So if you don't want to spend the money, they probably have the as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out.
So yeah, that'll round out my cozy list. This segment of the Cozy Corner. As always, I hope you enjoyed yourself and explore some of these recommendations if you haven't already. And as always, let us know if you do give any of those tries. If it works for you, if you like it.
All right, you guys want to hit favorites of the week?
Let's do it.
I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
start. um, so I think my favorite of the week is gonna be Spectre Divide. It is a new FPS competitive game by who is it? Shroud from
Yeah. Yep, Shroud.
Yep. He's a big esports personality. He plays a lot of Counter-Strike and Valorant, and kind of decided he wanted to make his own game, found a company, and he did that. So I got into the play tests like 2 days ago, and I just today decided to do right before this podcast. Actually, I decided to play around and see how it felt. Feels really good. The idea is you have a ghost with you, and that ghost is like, or a specter with you, and that specter is a completely other character that you're also controlling. And you can swap between the two, so you can cover A and B at the same time. There's a lot of different implications with it. That's the hardest learning curve I'm having, but like the gunplay feels really good. It's kind of like a mix of Call of Duty and Valorant. Like headshots are still one taps, but you can actually aim down sights and move and shoot at the same time, and it doesn't penalize the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty cool time. It's pretty fun.
Cool.
I'd say like my favorite of the week is all the new gameplay footage and everything that people are posting of Space Marines 2. The game looks so fucking awesome. I mean, the hordes and everything that you get to fight in it, and you're a fucking Space Marine doing it, and it's cool that they've added so many other factions in there instead of just the Ultramarines, which are like the main blue
Yeah.
Marines that most people know from Warhammer. But you get to pick from so many different more chapters and stuff, and I can't wait until that game comes out. It's gonna be so cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. I know you've been talking about that one a lot.
Oh yeah.
All right, my favorite of the week would be, so I just celebrated a birthday recently. So it was about 2 weeks ago. I have to say that didn't really want to do anything special, especially the older you get. Birthdays are not so much a dread, but really just want to take the time and relax. It was a pretty relaxing day. We went to a local brewery, played video games at night. So to say overall, that was a relaxing day. Best way to spend a birthday.
I hear you.
For sure. For sure.
As always, go over to Twitter, check us out. Make sure you click that follow button, that little bell in the corner. Make sure you click it. Turn those notifications on. Good way to stay connected and updated on what we're up to.
And definitely check out our website as always. We try and post up some cool, funny stuff on there, along with our newest episode. If you haven't started following us on all the other platforms that we're on, and definitely check out the store we got there. You can get your own Nerd Daddies t-shirt. Get our face just slapped right there on your chest.
Represent.
What's up, bitches? Make sure to check us out on Twitch. We're now streaming. I'm personally streaming every other night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to normally like 9 or 10, depending. I know Logan's going to be streaming some Valorant. We're going to get TJ streaming some Fortnite at some point. Also, make sure to give us a review. If you leave us a 5-star review, I will personally send you a picture of my filthy little starfish.
I guess I'll leave a review then.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you gotta leave a review now.
That day, they will be fresh starfish.
Ooh. That's rough.
As always, it was fun. See you next time. Bye.
Peace out.
See ya.